Welcome to Queensland's first integrated perinatal mental health care service, Catherine's House for mothers, babies and families. There is probably no other building here at South Brisbane that is more appropriate to house such a milestone in Martyrs' history. Originally built as a convent for the Sisters of Mercy, this building has been central to the social fabric of Martyr for more than a century.
The commitment by the Sisters of Mercy to address unmet community need is just as strong in the work we do today at Martyr as it was when they opened the first hospital in Brisbane in 1906. Catherine's House is testament to this. 1 in 5 women and up to 1 in 10 men experience mental health challenges around the arrival of their baby, but there are insufficient services to meet their needs. Catherine's House will help. It has an inpatient unit with 10 rooms where parents with perinatal mental health diagnoses can stay with their babies while receiving the care they need.
It will also deliver a range of mental health and parenting support programs, as well as 13 consulting suites for public and private perinatal mental health practitioners.
More than 17 million in generous community donations enabled the former convent to be renovated into Catherine's House. Many of these donors are recognised for their contributions, and you will see their names as you tour through the building today. Some donors have dedicated rooms, services and spaces for their loved ones, and you'll learn more about this as you go along. Martyr is also partnering with the state government to run Catherine's House. More than $11 million in annual operating funding from Queensland Health will ensure this service delivers evidence-based, safe care to families who need support.
By coming together as a community, Martyr is able to address this urgent, unmet need for Queensland families.
Apart from newly created inpatient services, Catherine's House will also deliver a range of Martyr's existing perinatal programs for families who have their babies at Martyr Mothers Hospitals. These include the Parenting Support Service for Martyr parents and babies up to 6 months after birth. This includes access to an experienced team of GPs, child health nurses, lactation consultants and allied health clinicians. Here, families can access support for breastfeeding and feeding, sleep and settling, emotional well-being, infant interactions, and adjusting to being a new parent or caregiver. A weekly clinic with a perinatal psychiatrist for diagnostic assessment and medication reviews for pregnant and postnatal women, and a perinatal psychology service for mothers and families attending the Martyr during the perinatal period. You can find the full list of perinatal programs offered by Martyr on our website.
Here on level 3 of Catherine's House is the inpatient unit for parents who have been referred for acute or chronic perinatal mental health diagnoses, such as peripartum psychosis, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and other complex conditions. The average length of stay for parents admitted to the inpatient unit is about 3 weeks, and so the design of these rooms has been carefully considered to be spacious, safe, and comfortable. There are double beds in each room to enable partners to stay, provided that this is deemed by the clinical team to be helpful.
You can see there are dual doors into the parent and infant sleeping areas. This is for safety and to ensure parents have time and space to themselves where possible. However, the cot can easily be relocated to the parent's bedside if preferred.
This space is the entry foyer between the public and private areas of the inpatient unit. Family visits will occur in this room, and it can also be used as another breakout space for therapeutic interventions.
Nearby is our staff room, called Rena's Retreat. This room has been designed and fully outfitted by a Martyr Foundation patron and donor who grew up with a hard-working mother who was a nurse. Exhausted at the end of the day, Rena always put the comfort and care of patients above her own needs.
Our donor wanted Rena's Retreat to honour our health workers with reclining chairs, a big screen television, dining furniture, standing desks and kitchen facilities. This staff room provides nurses and other clinicians with a much needed space to refresh, rejuvenate and revive so they can continue delivering the care that consumers at Catherine's House will need.
This lounge and dining area will be used by groups of inpatients to meet for meals and social engagement, or to participate in art and craft therapy. There will be set meal times at Catherine's house to encourage interaction amongst inpatients and to encourage parents to eat with their baby and their families. The kitchen is large enough to conduct occupational therapy assessments where required and for staff to prepare and bake treats for parents and families. Mothers will learn about nutrition for their baby and how to budget, buy and cook for their families. There is also a bottle prep room to train and observe primary carers as they develop competency in this area.
This is one of our rooms for public inpatients. Similar to the private inpatient rooms, there is a dual door into the parent and infant sleeping areas to ensure access is possible at all times to both rooms. Each room has a sitting room for health professional consultations or visitors, as well as desk space and a chair for breastfeeding. Again, the baby cot can be moved to the parent's bedside if desired, and there is CCTV over the baby cot to enable monitoring when needed. All fixtures in this room are ligature risk-free.
Group programs will be held in this lounge area, including educational programs on coping strategies, self-care, parenting and mindfulness. As you can see, the heritage glass features from the original building have been retained and are protected by a second window.
This beautiful outdoor space has been created in memory of Thomas Lin, the nephew of Mater Foundation patron and donor Luca Fu, whose generosity has helped to create Catherine's house. The dolphin sculpture selected by the Fu family, who are Buddhists, represents gentleness, movement and serenity, and contributes to creating a calming setting for all people who visit this service. Mater cares for people from a wide range of cultural and linguistic backgrounds, and our consultation with First Nations people during development of Catherine's house led to the creation of a yarning circle here as well. We anticipate Thomas's garden will become a central meeting point for families at Catherine's house, a place they can connect on weekends and where parents can bring their children for morning tea and interaction with other children.
Up to 20 private day stay programs will be delivered here when Catherine's house is fully operational. These will include a range of attachment-based and evidence-based interventions, as well as programs for dads and modules to support social and emotional well-being in the early parenting journey.
There are some exciting opportunities ahead for Mater to deliver life-changing programs for Queensland families. We're coming to the end of our tour. We will head back down to level 1 for a look at the consultation suites available for public and private practitioners to lease.
There are 6 consultation suites to be leased on a sessional basis by private psychologists, psychiatrists, allied health practitioners and other perinatal mental health workers. They've been designed to be spacious, light-filled and airy, with a dedicated space for children and families, as well as an office space for the practitioner.
There are also 7 public consultation rooms at Catherine's house, where outpatient perinatal psychology programs will be delivered, including Families in Mind, which supports people with adjusting to parenthood and managing mental health diagnoses.
That brings our tour of Catherine's house to an end. We are incredibly proud to be offering this new service. The model of care being delivered at Catherine's house has been co-designed by consumers and health professionals, and the service is underpinned by 8 core principles, including compassionate, recovery-oriented and attachment-based care.
Mater has been caring for Queensland mothers and babies for more than a century, and Catherine's house ensures that families remain at the heart of all that we do.